Yo, what's good? What's good? Not gonna waste too much time here. Waiting to see if somebody peeks on first before I start really running my mouth. But everybody
Okay.
good so far, right? Everybody sound on point and all that shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody's
I'm
good.
good.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to Facebook real quick and share from your page, man.
All right. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm watching it from the group.
Okay.
So this way I can see what's going on, any comments and all of that stuff. Should be coming up now.
Yeah, so I'm on your page, Max, and it doesn't give you the option to
Make it public, darling.
It's not showing. All right, give me
It
one
says,
second.
yeah, it doesn't allow you to share.
Just stick right by it. I'm a fix that right now.
I got you.
All right, so that's cool. I'm gonna go to the page. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, I see. I don't know why it does that. I set the privacy to
Public.
public, and it
Hmm.
still goes on, and then goes to. All right, it's public now.
It's probably your default setting.
I changed it, but it's knuckleheaded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So it should be shareable now, Soleil. So you could pop up on there, get that
Okay.
shit started.
It's not. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send it to.
Refresh Soleil, and
Yeah,
then it should be
refresh because
public.
it's on there.
Okay.
It's definitely changed.
Okay.
I changed it myself.
Okay.
And if anything, I'm about to put this YouTube link up anyway. So that's gonna always be available for whomever wants to see via the YouTube.
Okay. Got you. Share.
You got it?
You got it, baby.
You good? Got people sitting here. I don't want to just have them sitting there staring at my handsome face. And you know, all guys is ugly to me, so pardon me, sir.
Oh my
Indeed,
God.
indeed, bro.
Who's all on there? I want to say hello
And
to everybody. Hello, who's
they're
that?
all here.
You good now,
Yeah,
baby?
yeah, she shared
Everybody
it.
but
I
someone
saw the
say hello. Hello,
Now you can't hear me.
everyone.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I just want to welcome everybody to
My
another
mic is
installment
on.
of the Social Experiment, also the self-titled name of the group. We got Smiley over here, Sabrina is my
Hi.
co-host, and with us today we have, now how do y'all say it? Is it T.A.P?
Tap.
I
Yeah.
can't hear you.
Team apply pressure.
Hey,
Yeah.
and y'all gonna explain
Yes,
exactly what that means and
indeed.
how all of that works and what BDSM is all about. And I know y'all got all the knowledge on that.
This is
Sabrina, you want to say
ugly.
anything before they take and start talking? Because they gonna break it all down real quick.
Oh, I'm just here to listen and learn, baby. That's all I'm
Yeah,
here
she's
for.
taking notes because she's very much interested in all of this.
Yes.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
All right, so Lee, so Lee keeps popping in and out for the moment, so maybe you wanna kick it off and shit. Just get things going, tell them what you're about, how long you've been in the game, all of that stuff.
Okay. Well, good evening, good night, everyone. I'm Lee, Lee P City. A lot of people know me from from North Carolina, VA, that area. Um, um, I've been in the lifestyle for over 10 years, BDSM for 4 years. I introduced to my mentor, I call her my auntie, Domina Silva. People in the BDSM world, I'm sure, are very know exactly who she is. That's who introduced me to BDSM and started my journey in the learning.
Now, Lee,
Go ahead.
one question real quick, right? Before, explain to people exactly what BDSM means, because a lot of people don't even understand what that stands for. So let's just treat it like it's for dummies right now. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
This group is a mixed bag of everybody, so everybody here is not up
Indeed.
on the game with the lifestyle.
Yeah. When we talking about BDSM, is an acronym, but it's overlapping words. So bondage, dominance, misogynist, and sadism. So with those things being said, it's a lot that goes into BDSM. I think kind of what lured me or drew me into BDSM was the trust factor of it. So, like I said, yes, the trust factor of it, and me coming from at my core, I was a lifestyle. My journey on BDSM started 4 years ago, and it's coming from my lifestyle world. It was a struggle, but I love BDSM, and I'm kind of here for like the journey. I love the journey.
Okay.
Mama, could you speak, I guess, to more, why we created T.A.P? I want you to explain why we created T.A.P, and I just jump in,
I got you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
All right. Hey, you guys. Hey, Papa, can you put your phone on mute? Because I'm getting some feedback from you. You got it? And then you just turn it back on when you jumping in.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is because we have multiple people on here like this, if you're not talking, we all gonna just mute our mics, let the person that's talking have theirs on so they can rock out and say what they gotta say. That'll make it a lot easier because especially if you're listening to it from multiple locations, you want to make sure you mute yourself so you don't hear yourself while you're talking. It's gonna put a feedback.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Soul Envy, and I come from many names and many different levels to this journey. And for me, uh, growing up thinking that I was a weirdo because I liked all this unusual stuff, um, it just made me very cautious about who I shared my interests with. As I got older, I'm 50 now, and as I got older, um, I just always felt like I didn't fit. Sexuality, I couldn't identify with regular sex. I couldn't identify with just regular things. I wanted to tie people up. I wanted to inflict pain on people, and that shit got me off. So when I was introduced to BDSM, my godfather actually has a swingers group in Philadelphia. And at one point, he needed someone to admin his registration table. That was the first time I was introduced to a lifestyle party. And I was like, wow, these people are really walking around here. They having sex in the hallway. This is happening. And I'm like, oh my God. So him and my godmother, they were like, okay, listen, with your vanilla ass, this is what you do. You pack 7 outfits, you look cute, and you tell everybody no, because this is not what you do. And it wasn't. I've never been a swinger. I've never been interested in having sex with people who didn't love me. I don't know how to separate love from sex. So during that time, I was pursued by a predator, and this predator violated me. I mean, from the gate, he knew that I was green, but I've always been strong enough in who I am, and I wouldn't allow him to break me. So everything he tried to teach me or tried to make me do, I challenged him. I did my research, I did my reading. Everything he said, I fact checked. So then it became me learning a skill set versus learning proper protocol. So I started doing my own research. I started doing, investing in my own journey. And I built a house before anyone even knew who I was. So once I got here, all the D types and the dominants and the S types, like, who the hell is she? She just popped up out of nowhere. And it's
Hold on one second, right, Soleil? So here's
yeah,
the thing. When you're using these terminologies, now, I understand what you're saying
okay,
because I have a lot of education in this. But
okay,
a lot of people don't understand like what the S type, the D type, and all that is.
okay.
So much like
I'll
I
break it down
mentioned to
for
Lee
you.
before he dropped, it's just a matter of just treat it like a for dummies thing where you kind of explain exactly what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So a D type, a dominant is a dominant. Usually the person on top, usually the person giving the service. S type is a submissive, usually or bottom, usually the person on the bottom. I don't want to confuse you and talk to you about topping from the bottom. I'm just going to keep it really simple. Um, so once I was introduced by this person and I became a dom to spite him, to show him that I was better than him, to show him that what he was doing was predatorial, what he was doing was unethical, and not what the BDSM culture that I'm learning is about. So that vision for me, T.A.P's vision for me, started birthing there because I wanted to protect people from people like this person. So then when I met Lee and all my broken pieces, and he said, that's why I'm here, to fix your broken pieces. And I explained to him how important it was for me to help people on their prospective journeys. I wanted to find a way to be a resource, to connect people to the right information so they can make sound decisions based on whatever kind of journey they're on. We talked about it and it didn't take very long. And we built T.A.P. We launched T.A.P. January 1st of 2022. To this day, the February 9th, we have over 50 paid members. We're on a we're on the band platform, a free platform. But we decided that in order for us to help people, we would need resources. So we explained to the members, listen, we want to help you, but we don't want to go broke doing it. So this is what we came up with. In order to get into our band group, then you have to pay a $5 donation. That shows me interest because if you give a person something, they don't appreciate it as much as they buy it for themselves. Our membership is a quarterly membership of $45, and that just covers materials, the cost of printing documents, the cost of wax, the cost of anything we use to demonstrate how these things should be done. Because Lee and I teach from a place of love because we love each other, because we're building our life together. We teach from that platform because you need a partner you can trust. We're not saying that single people aren't welcome. They're more than welcome. Anyone is welcome who wants to do the work. But we encourage you to join the band, to join T.A.P with someone that you trust because the things that we do here can essentially hurt you and kill you. So it's not somebody who you just met at a party and you smashing that you want them to cut wax off of you or put you on a cross and have no skill set. So that's the reason why we created T.A.P, to create a safe space for those who are looking for us. We're not the end all be all, but we know what we know. Babe,
Now I have a question, right?
go ahead, man.
All right, so basically it's about, do you like teach people exactly like you basically doing classes like how to teach people how to kind of get more into this BDSM world, kind of like you let them dip a little toe in, let them slowly walk their way through because there's levels.
Yes.
I know that, you know that, but I'm speaking as
hmm
if for the other people then.
So what
So
we do, Yeah, I see where you're going with the question.
Mm-hmm.
So first, it's reading.
Very important.
85% of what we do is reading. You have to invest in your own journey. We can give you the resources. It's up to you to apply them to your situation. Once we covered that, once we've talked about it, once we've had a group discussion, then Leah and I demonstrate what we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a couple, we have like this one couple in our group. They've been experimenting on their own, but now they don't know which direction to go in. They're grateful for the space that we provide because now they're learning the things that interest them the right way.
Because the safety is very, very important when it comes to doing this.
It's
A
Safety
lot
is
of
key.
paramount.
people, a lot
Safety
of people
is
don't understand
paramount
that.
when we're talking about BDSM. The when we're talking about the actions in BDSM, not like the protocol part and things like that. That's why one of the first things when you enter the band, one of the first things you have to do is take the BDSM test and just know how you identify. A lot of people don't even know how they identify in a BDSM world. When I'm saying identify, I'm saying a dominant, a submissive, a switch. A switch was a person who likes being dominant and submissive. Um,
A
I'll keep
little,
it
a
there.
middle.
Yeah, I mean, see, I ain't want to go because Max, I know you know, it's littles, middles, and all of you know what I mean. I don't. That's a whole nother. You know what I mean. But we gonna
It's so much to it, but yeah,
right.
just
But
keep
we
it
gonna keep
simple
it at
for
yeah. We gonna keep it at like a dominant, a sub, and a switch. The BDSM test kind of gives you a place to start and for you to start doing the groundwork. Another thing we kind of give out is um like a it's like a I want. But all it does is just it lists things you may want in the scene, things you may want to try, where somebody can touch you, where you don't want them to touch you. It's almost self-explanatory, like a roadmap to the body. Um, and you just ask questions. You ask questions. You always need to know. Um, even different things. Like even me. I had ankle surgery, so I got metal in my ankle, and I would need to know if it was somebody that I was topping. What if they had some kind of surgery? They got metal, and I'm talking about doing some electro play, things like that. It's just things you would need to know when you're talking about safety. Like you said, Max, safety is paramount when you're talking about BDSM.
Absolutely. So the reason why when we learn a skill set during that entire process, we have to develop a safety manual at the same time for that particular skill set. So it doesn't matter if it's wax, if it's fire, if it's impact, if it's electric, whatever it is, we have a safety plan in place. Even role play, I've experienced this having someone, and a lot of trial and error comes in, and thankfully there's been no major issues. But a female who didn't disclose to me after I had asked her, she didn't disclose to me that she had epileptic seizures, and she was tied to a chair,
oh shit.
and she went into a seizure. But because we're CPR certified and we are trained to know and to recognize certain things, we were able to assist her, got her up out that rope, and got her situated and saved her life essentially.
Let me say one thing just to hop in because I'm a big time safety person. I've done a lot of safety training myself, and understand for people who are legit interested in getting into the BDSM field, or for those that are interested in maybe trying some different things in BDSM, they have 1,000 different things. You listed a few of them: the knifing, the roping, the waxing, all of that. Um, it's best to do it if you have some trained professionals around, people with some experience especially when you're first starting. If you want to do a little something at home, a little flogging or something like that, that's generally safe. But as they'll probably explain in a minute, there's even techniques to doing that because you don't want to injure somebody. It's called inflicting pain to activate your pleasure centers. And there's a fine line between the two, but if you don't walk that properly, you could really hurt yourself.
Absolutely.
So if you need to get a pen and paper out right now and make sure that y'all get these people information, I'm going to be sharing it on my page and in the group so that people can reach out to y'all at T.A.P so that they could get that game, because it is very essential that when you're practicing something like this, even somebody like me who has a decent idea of what he's doing, certain shit I won't touch because I ain't never trained in that, because it's just not safe. And always have somebody around that can take care of you should some shit happen. That's why it's important to get involved in sessions, book sessions with a BDSM professional, and do that for a while and teach them and pay them. Yes, you got to pay money because people's time ain't free. Because, people like to think that everything's supposed to be free and we just supposed to hand it out. But that's not how it works. Everybody's time is valuable.
Indeed, Max. And I'm glad you kind of said that. One of the things I want to say is that's the kind of the reason for the $45 quarterly, $15 a month membership fee. It's like, look, I ain't gonna lie, Max. I'm trying to do it for the coaching. I'm trying to make it safe, but I can't go in the hole doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we real people, man, with kids and bills, just like everybody else.
I mean, this is time is money. If I got to spend my time on something, it's cost money. Just like I do relationship consultation, life coaching.
Indeed.
If I got to spend my time and you want me to take time out to help you out, I don't mind doing it. If it's something quick, I don't nickel and dime them for everything. But if I got to spend a legit time on you, it's going to cost you some money. I'm not going to take you to the cleaners. You're not asking for a lot of money. You're just asking for something to cover general material and time costs.
Man, we have much every month. Max, and we have food, drinks, like, you know what I mean? It's a month. So with that being said, like, it's some overhead, and we got benches. Sometimes benches need to be fixed, man. Like recover things like that. Like all of that stuff costs money. We ain't making no money off that. That's why we always tell them it's a members ran group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a members ran group, and the participation, and that's why we don't kind of beg and all of that when we talk about getting people to the band group. We know it's a free platform, but we know we created value in that platform. With that being said, $15 a month ain't really no money, Max.
All right, let me say this.
We buying a whole bunch of supplies and stuff.
Hold on, Sabrina has a question. Let's hear what Smiley got to say.
Shut up. Anyway, are you guys doing virtual classes?
No, we have not started. As I stated, we just launched T.A.P January 1. We had our first lunch on January 29th. And we want to do in-person classes because it works better for us. A lot of people don't learn from not touching. They need to physically touch and see. And we want to facilitate that.
This is a very physically needing to be physically touched, because you need to understand the level of pressure to apply to certain things, which requires you to be able to touch at a certain level. The same way a massage therapist, basically, they're massage therapists with a little kink to the side. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what they do is,
that's the purpose of a safe word.
Yes, you got to understand.
Well, the reason I asked because
and all of that.
Go
The
ahead,
reason I
Skylar.
ask is because I've done flogging. I have a flogger. I don't think Max knows that about me. I've never talked about that to him. I hit those organs and all of that. So I'm with the flogging. So I
Okay.
mean, yeah, that's the reason I asked.
Okay. So you know, this is. Can y'all mute your mics for me? This is what generally happens. This is the most common scenario of people being introduced to BDSM. They go to a lifestyle event where a hired dom sets up a hotel room or a space and they do sessions. They get introduced and dropped off. They experience something that they absolutely love, that they fell in love with, and then they don't know what to do. Then the predators are swarming and they see that these people are out there and they swoop down and they grab one. That's where we come in at. I know plenty of people, of seasoned tops, doms, dames, femdoms, who are pro doms. This is what they do. And not saying that they don't have a lot of time to sit down and vet someone into the protocol, to what's the proper thing to do here, but a lot of people get left just wandering around. In the past year, before we started T.A.P, I've encountered over 15 people, both men and women, who have been violated here under the guise of BDSM. And that don't sit right with me because there's no need for that. It's too many people, too many seasons, too many uh, dominants here in the DMV area, New York, the Carolinas, too many that are accessible for anyone to be being violated. And that's one of the things that we want to stop. We want those predators, we want to put an end to those kind of things. We don't care about being popular or who likes us or who doesn't like us. We care about creating a safe environment for people to grow. That's what T.A.P stands for.
Well,
And
I will
I
say this.
also want to go ahead.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Lee.
Yeah, I want to say this. I don't want uh I guess people to feel like um we the end all be all or anything like that. Because it's plenty of people that done ask me questions, Max, and I'd be like, let me get back to you. Let me talk to some people I know that do this. Right? I don't know everything, but
We don't.
I done been around the BDSM community and I know I can touch, you know what I mean, people that can answer some of these questions. And I'm confident in their answers. With like I ain't, I just want people to know that the education, safe space things, that's T.A.P. You know, if
Yes.
that's what you looking for and just trying to avoid the sharks, Mac. You know what I mean? Because they out there. Ain't nobody got to tell y'all, you know what I mean, that they out there. A lot of people can I'm a dom, I'm a dom, I'm a dom, I'm a dom. And you know what I mean? It's women that want to be submissive. With that being said, man, they'll end up in a place where they being violated and it'll be too late. You know what I mean? And when you talking about being at a party and or something like that and all that's going on, like that's hard to hold up in court, man. You know, like that's hard when you talking about you at a lifestyle party and you know what I mean? Like I done been in the lifestyle a long time. I done seen like, you know what I mean? I done seen guys dead wrong that in court it just can't happen.
Well,
So
you know what? I'm gonna say this, right? No matter what brand, whatever umbrella part of the lifestyle you tend to go under, which my main focus on this today is just on the BDSM aspect.
right.
But in general, regardless of what it is that you are involving yourself in, it's always supposed to be a safe space where you can openly express yourself without
Indeed.
judgment.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, it's not about swinging. It's not about BDSM. It's not about anything. It's about choosing whatever your kinks are. You could just be
And
the
being
type that likes
safe.
to watch. You don't want nobody to touch you.
Right.
You could be the type that just likes to sit there and observe.
I like
And
that.
nobody has the right to touch you unless you give them permission.
Absolutely.
I
That's
don't give a
fact.
fuck who you are in that community.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, because there's people, and you know, and I know, we ain't gonna go say we ain't gonna get into the weeds of that today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you know, there's people who have a little bit of a name that have ran around those communities for a while, and because they're a little popular, they just be running around violating.
Yeah, bro.
I hear things. I might not be everywhere because I be keeping to myself. But
Yeah.
my whole thing is I see and hear everything. It's kind of my gift. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But I ain't
And
gonna act like if Soul was talking to you right now, man. Want me to tell you what she was saying? Her thing is see some, say some. See some, say
See
oh
some.
some, say
no,
some.
if I see
Like
it myself,
that.
the thing is it's said and
Yeah.
it's already known. But the thing is, the people that matter, you know where it comes from? Organizers like you guys. Whenever you perform or have an event or an activity or a display or a presentation, if you know there's somebody there that ain't moving right, they got to be kicked the fuck out.
Yeah.
They got to go.
They
Yeah.
got to go.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
That's the reason for the members. You get it
No,
though.
because oh no,
You
100%.
drawn to it, man.
No, but here's the thing, right? Because if I have somebody with me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm involved and I'm saying, let's say she was curious. I won't call her out, but let's say she was curious.
Uh-huh.
People don't want me to go reach for Gina because they decided that they was going to try and violate something. People that know me know who Gina is.
Right.
So if I have to reach for Gina, it's going to end the whole party for everybody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And my
Max said
whole
he
thing
want all
is,
that smoke.
no,
Yeah.
because the thing is, it's about respect and a safe space. Like when you're doing BDSM, if I come and I say, hey, we're interested in a presentation, this is something we want to add to our dynamic. We ain't trying to mess with nobody else. We ain't trying to touch nobody else. We want to keep this within us too, but we want y'all to show us the presentation as to how to go about this. Now, obviously, we're paying
Safely.
you for your time to teach us the right thing, things that we could safely do in the
Yeah.
privacy of our own home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At our
Because
last lunch, man, we
there are
gave
many
away a
couples
wood
that
knife.
are curious.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Look, at our
that's
last
very
lunch, man,
important.
we gave a couple that have been interested in knife play and wax play for a while. We presented them with a wood knife. You know
And
what I mean?
wax.
Wood knife is like a training knife. You get what I'm saying? That's like it's rubber knives and wood knife, but we presented them with a wood knife. Now they can go home and because that's exactly what you said is what you explained. That you explained them. Yeah, they don't want to touch nobody, none of that, but they just want what they want. So we presented them with a knife. Now they can go home and matter of fact, two things because Soleil, she's a waxer, she makes wax. So we presented them with 2 colors of wax and a wooden knife. Now they can go home and play safely, like it ain't gonna cut. Like safe space and things you can do. Yeah, we here for that. We here for
So
exactly what you said.
so
Yes.
we didn't
Yes,
present
Oleg,
them with
honestly.
the wax set until we demoed for them and showed them how to properly prepare the skin.
Right.
What making sure that they knew to keep wet towels nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
We realized in one session that we did that the bottom didn't even know that they were allergic to paraffin,
Oh shit.
and she didn't know.
Yes. Who would
So
I
how could
could be?
we
I wouldn't
know?
know
Right.
either.
But she didn't know, but she was.
Mm-hmm.
So it had an adverse reaction on her skin.
Right.
So this is why we don't do pickup play.
Mm-hmm.
Pickup play is a term that is used for like party settings. Someone sets up a dungeon, people sign up to get a scene or a session.
Mm-hmm.
You know nothing about this person. You don't know their triggers. You don't know what you can say to them that will take them to a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may just want to be waxed. Some people may want to be penetrated. You may not offer that, but that's what they're expecting because that's what they're used to.
Right.
So vetting is step one in a band. Teaching people how to continuously vet someone. Vetting is a term for getting to know someone. In the vanilla world is I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
In the BDSM world, it's called vetting. Negotiating is another key word in BDSM because everything has to be negotiated. Don't assume it's okay because someone is willing to sing with you. You ask. And as a bottom or a S type, you negotiate what you want to happen here. If you leave it to the top that you don't know, they'll do anything they want to do to you. Negotiating a scene, very important. At our munch, we gave out members folders with inserts with key things that they would need. No matter where they go, they have enough tools in order to properly vet someone in that moment, how to negotiate what they want, how to get exactly what they want, and to be safe.
Okay. Well, here's
Max,
the thing.
comment?
What did you say, Sabrina?
Do we have any comments or questions?
They ain't asking no questions. They just sitting there watching and observing, which is what I expect. This is a very niche thing, and this is something where very few people really are as much about this life as they think they may be. Like a lot of people talk, oh yeah, you can give me a spanking, da da da. That spanking shit ain't even scratching the surface of what BDSM really is about. And I see Lee P. City about to say something. I see Pop Fit.
So look, right? Because this the thing, though. I know guys that are like they. Sometimes I think guys want to say they doms and like you. It's okay to be a top. You understand? It's when I say a top, it's okay to have a skill set that girls or guys like whatever your thing is. To be the submissive part of that. You know what I mean? It's because I'm the person flogging don't have to mean I'm a dom. Or because I'm the person spanking don't have to mean I'm a dom. It's okay to be a top. You know what I mean? And I just think that's a misconception for a lot of guys, period. Not even guys, period, people, period.
Well, very few people are actually D-type.
Right.
Very few. That
Right.
is not something, and that is something that actually we can't give ourselves that title. That title is normally given to us by legit subs that understand the energy, and there's a certain way that a person that is a legit D-type carries themselves where it is automatically perceived. Nobody ever has to say exactly what you are because people automatically pick that up just off the top. It's kind of like the people that walk around talking about they a thug. You ain't gotta tell people you a thug if you really a thug.
Preach, my nigga. Babe, what I tell you?
People that are really a thug, you don't have to tell. Everybody already knows what you is.
Yeah. Listen.
And it's the same thing with that.
What's understood ain't gotta be said, man.
But go ahead, man. This is about y'all and
I was just saying what's understood ain't got to be said. You correct.
I have a question for you now.
Okay.
Now, let's say somebody wants to get into this. What would you say is the easiest way to step in to BDSM if you want to start light, like you want to dip your toe in? You don't want to go too hard because I feel like something like knife play is for more of the
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah,
advanced
yeah, yeah.
one.
Listen,
But what
man,
would be the best
Matt,
thing to start with?
it's tell you the truth, it's about the bottom. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I've done play with feathers. You know what I mean? With that being said, I've done play with paddles, fire hoses. Like I'm just saying, man, it can go from it's about the bottom. You know what I
I have
mean?
I usually, someone who has never experienced anything in BDSM, I would invite them to my tool table where all of my tools are displayed and ask them to pick out a few things that they want to experience. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
What if
There's
they
no
don't know
way,
anything? What would you
right?
say is the safest place to start?
In a book, let's read. Let's take
You
this
know,
test.
motherfuckers don't be reading.
Listen, I can tell you that I definitely know because I send out information all day, every day, and they still inbox me and ask me, so what do I have to do? So what do I do now?
All the time. All the time.
There's no there's no script for BDSM. It's a conversation that needs to happen, and based on
Mhm.
what's said in the conversation, the seasoned person in that conversation needs to direct them. I
Right.
feel like if you pick up a paddle, a flogger, that's off my table, and you want to experience that, that's what I'm going to give you. I'm not going to assume that there's a starting place for you. Your starting place is you're acknowledging that you're interested in kink. You want to know how you identify, and you want to try some shit. So what you want to try first?
Because there's no such thing as a default setting. Everybody has their own.
Everybody's journey is their responsibility. Everybody's
Mhm.
journey is their perspective journey. Communication, transparency are the two major keys that you need here.
Hold on, Soleil. Let me say something real quick, right? Y'all hear that, right? Now, much like any relationship, communication and transparency, you're going to hear that no matter who's up here, no matter what version of what, because this BDSM thing is one thing in an umbrella, under an umbrella of many different myriads of things that you can do, especially for those that are looking to keep their relationships hot and fresh. But it all starts and stems from communication and transparency. Because without that, you have nothing. And that's something that I preach constantly to my clients. I tell them all the time, I say, listen, if you want to explore something different, you want to try something different, the major key is to come to your partner
Be
and say,
honest.
listen, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. This is the journey that I'm looking to go on. Can you join me? Can you handle this journey? And you work together to make sure that is something that's doable. But the only way, what's up, Sam? Hello, Diamond. I see you. Dre Hogan. The mics are muted, so no worries. Sorry, I'm multitasking. I tend to do that.
That's fine.
Um, but at the end of the day, no matter what you decide to get into, there's people totally monogamous, but they want to get into some BDSM because they want to add a little spice to their bedroom. That is perfectly natural. Everybody that engages in things within the lifestyle umbrella, because people don't understand. Lifestyle is not a terminology that just means swinging. A lot of people think that that's what it is because that's what who adopts the term and uses it the most. But swinging is just one aspect in it. There's a million different things underneath that. And the most important and prominent thing that you ever have to understand is that you do nothing within the lifestyle umbrella, period. Especially if you're single, you do what the fuck you want to do. You move how you want to move. That's your business because it's only you got to worry about. But if you have a partner, it is very important because we're not about the fuck shit over here. It's about having that transparency, having that communication, because you, and I'm going to say this to the fellas, and I know Lee going to laugh in a second, but I'm going to say this to the fellas. A lot of times the fellas are the ones that fuck up the most with this. And he got lost, but he'll hear this on the
He got lost on purpose. He got lost on purpose. Promise
no,
you.
but here's the thing, right? The most important thing about any relationship you have is having a level of understanding, develop a bond, have a friendship. Before you decide to get into BDSM with somebody, 'cause I know there's people that's going to watch this, that's going to look at their new girl that they just had for 5 minutes and a cup of coffee and say, I want to put them on a table and get them some flogging and put some wax on it. Listen, stop watching movies. In the movies, all that shit is cool and it's cute. But in real life, hot wax burns.
Yes, it does.
And it can leave a second-degree burn on your skin. Second-degree burns do not heal properly. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is the most important aspect is to make sure that you keep yourself open and straightforward with whomever it is that you deal with.
Okay.
I know I'm talking my relationship shit that I be talking because I can't help it. It's what I do, and it's a part of my cloth. But at the end of the day,
relative. It's relative.
That's where it starts. Period. Up here he comes. He's back. He ain't run away. He ain't come. He ain't get lost.
No, listen. This one. Listen. No, I definitely ain't ran away with that. Listen. Nah, listen. I don't know what you were saying, but I don't know what this you went, but I'm gonna go here with it.
Go ahead.
So when we talking about swinger lifestyle, BDSM, all of that, right? I'm gonna tell you, Max, I've been in the swinger part of the lifestyle as a single man for probably about 7 years. Just me and my brother. With that being said, on my transition to BDSM, this, that, and the third, and I don't care what nobody said, like that part of the lifestyle is almost like an addiction, like drug. Like I'm telling you, bro. The transparency and all that, they know. Like, yeah, man, it's so I don't want people to feel like I'm sitting up here like this dude here used to, yeah, I'm Mr. Road Warrior, like the same thing she said, House of Onum, all that. Anybody who know Lee, Road Warrior, Joe Cooper, like that's what we do. Up and down the East Coast, that's what we doing. This journey just different. You know what I mean? This journey is special. So
I would say this journey is kind of like, this is a very specific journey. This takes something that is, you actually have to put skill, time, dedication, and effort into this. In the other parts of the lifestyle, which is the swing and stuff, which is cool for its time. Me personally, it's not that serious to me. But for other people,
I'm over it though.
For other people who are looking to add a little bit of kink or just a little something extra, because I mean, you with somebody for a long time. Sometimes you want to just add a little something extra without without having to involve any other people, because everybody ain't about that sharing life, and that's fine.
Yeah,
There's no
right.
judgment. There's a lot of shit moving around out here that makes you not want to share shit, to be honest with you.
That's
You
big
understand? So we can all attest to that shit. There's a lot of shit out here make you want to just say, you know what? I'm fucking this. I'm gonna just stay here because I know this ain't fucking me up. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I mean?
and my whole thing is, at the end of the day, the most important thing is to just identify what it is that you desire and what it is that you want.
Yeah,
and to
man.
make sure, like you said, going back to communication, make sure that you speak with your partner before you decide to hit tap up and say, hey, let's book a session. Let's make something happen.
Right.
Don't just
so we gonna be under the assumption.
Exactly. Which you should be, because it's not your responsibility to make sure that their relationships are on point before they slide up in here trying to do this shit.
But listen, Max, we gonna do our due diligence. We definitely gonna do our due diligence. I mean, but we're not relationship counselors. We're not trained behavioral counselors, but we can identify certain behaviors because of what we do and how we live. Both of us being dominant, most of the community is like, how does that even work? Because usually you have a D type and an S type. I'm no sub in no form, but I'm a woman first, and I don't submit to Lee. I love on him, just like a vanilla relationship would.
I was getting ready to say, you my girlfriend, girl. You might get ready to be my wife. Yeah, you see me, girl. Look back there behind you, girl.
I see it, babe. It's there.
In the making, girl.
Now you see this, people? This is something I want y'all to see, because this is very important. These are people from a different aspect of life. I get it. A lot of people don't get this. I see people pop on, they pop off. Then they gonna come watch later and have 3 million questions, because that shit always happens. Let me tell you something. The thing is to find whether this is for you or not for you. The thing is to find what is the major components that make your relationship work.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sorry, and I'm a proud ass dude. Sabrina will tell you. She knows me. Me and her talk all the time. I'm a proud ass dude, but I say this shit, and I say shit wide out in the open. I damn sure don't want to die by myself. You understand what I'm saying? So in order to create a situation where you are not alone, where you can have whatever your situation is, you poly, you monogamous, whatever it is, you need to learn to identify. You heard them say this multiple times. And I don't know if y'all know who Deuce is. Y'all might, I assume y'all know Deuce.
We know Deuce.
But he always says this shit all the time. Read a motherfucking book.
Read a motherfucking book.
That shit is one of the realest shit I ever heard.
Yeah,
and
just read a book, man.
Listen, you don't even have to read the book. You can get an audio book and let somebody narrate this shit to you.
Yeah,
but at
man.
least do your research before you get into any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And people be like, and I done heard, hey, look, Max, I done heard people say, I ain't into charging for education. And I just turn my head. Like, are you serious?
They not into charging for education?
Man, what the hell? Man, every university in the world, every high school, all of that, school lunches, all of that, they pay for education, man. And we ain't even like $15 a month. If you ain't trying to invest something like that in your journey, like if this something you like, $15 a month, come on, man. We just trying to, like we said, we do it for the culture. That's one of the things that we really been hashtagging, because that's what I ain't like, babe. Babe, like when she was like, babe, the predators, you know what I mean? Like, let's do it. And I'm with it. And I love her, so I'm with it. You know what I mean? I get it and I'm with it. So
That's what's up.
My God, I am loving the support between the two of you guys. Oh my God, it's so refreshing to see it. I love it.
Thank you, Sabrina. A
Hey,
lot of
Sabrina, you
people.
got any? You're the novice of this quartet we have here. So you got any questions? Because I'm sure you'll think of something that somebody else would have probably asked had they been not doing the hokey pokey on here. Because people keep popping on, popping on, popping on, popping on. I'm watching like. Oh, I want y'all to know I've been watching like 5 screens while I'm talking to all of you. So if you see my eyes moving around a lot, that's why. You
Okay.
Well,
know.
I just
I
want to
thought
get
you had a
into the
problem.
good freaky tale.
Say
Look,
again.
listen, I got to get into the little ratchet part of it because he knows I
Okay.
like ratchetness.
Okay.
Want a good little freaky tale from the both of y'all. The freakiest shit that y'all can just get into. I want to hear it. Come on, come with it.
Between us
Lord.
or a
Either
single.
no, it doesn't have to be between the two of you. It could be, but I mean, one from you, Soleil, and one from you, Lee, later on.
I'm
Okay, go
gonna
ahead.
go first. I'm gonna go first. So we're- we have. I got two actually. So a couple of things that we do. I'm
I'm gonna have to
transitioning.
refresh my drink for this one. Hold up.
I'm transitioning from Pennsylvania to Virginia. So half the time I spend in Virginia, half the time I spend in Pennsylvania. So this particular time I was down in Virginia and Lee tied me up, put a wand on my vagina, put a put a gag ball in my mouth, put my cell phone next to my head and left. He called me on the phone and my hands were bound. I couldn't move and I was trying. He said, "You better answer that phone." Before he left, he's like, "You better answer that phone." So I'm trying. The phone is ringing. And I'm trying. And I wound up answering the phone with my nose. And I'm crying because I done came 9 times. This wand wasn't doing nothing but driving me bananas. He was looking at me. We were on FaceTime. He's looking at me. He said, "You're so beautiful." I said, "Good to see you." I'm coming and crying. I'm going through the whole motion. 15, 20 minutes later, he come walking through the door. I couldn't wait to get up out of that shit. But let me tell you, that was the best shit ever. That's just a PG rated. I mean, because we both sadists. We
I
both
love it. I
sadistic
love it though.
motherfuckers. So he can think if you can think it, you can do it. We've done some shit to each other. He's not going to admit to anything.
I
Now,
need
mind
to
you,
know,
let me
Lee,
say this.
once he's
Let me say
done.
this first. Let me say no. Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me put this disclaimer out there. Never once would I ever try to violate him. Never once have I ever tried to violate him. That's number one. Number two, I know the boundaries and the lines that's drawn when it comes to our play. But whatever is within our realm to do, I definitely give him just as much as he gives me.
Right.
Go ahead, babe. Talk your shit.
no, listen. I was gonna say, hey, listen. I was gonna say something about that.
You don't have to.
Um, I was gonna say something about that time when I left you in there. Um, but look, I'm gonna tell you one of the times I like. Do you remember? Look, she don't like pinwheels and like I don't know if y'all ever seen the bear claws. You ever seen them, Sabrina? Okay, she hate the pinwheel and them. I I blindfolded her one time and I put a gag ball in her mouth. But they was the only toys I didn't show her though. You know what I mean? But and she got me this. I love hey, since I'm up here, I love the Cowboys. Anyway, she got me a Cowboys flogger made. I used the flogger. That was one of the first times I used the flogger that time on her. But when I used the bear claws on her, like, man, I love that. She go crazy. She hate them, but she love them. You know how they go. Well, I don't know. She might love them because I love it, but she
So
might hate 'em.
you hate how they look, Soleil, or you hate, or do you like
I
how they
hate
feel?
that.
What's the
No, that
mhm.
feeling is it's
What's
not that
that?
funny, babe. That feeling, it's nerve ending. I can't explain it. It just drives me. I'm you okay. It's the same thing as a person who's extremely ticklish and you tickle them and you catch an elbow.
Oh,
That's how
gotcha,
it takes me. That's where it takes me. And if
gotcha.
I'm not restrained, if I'm not tied, or if I'm not bound to the bed, if I'm not tied up, we gonna be wrestling because
I
I want it
always
off of me.
restrain. I
Yes,
always restrain.
I like it. I like it,
I know.
and a lot. I know you did,
They gonna get
boy.
off here and do some
So
stuff.
listen, so listen. We had this toy, and he controls it with his phone from wherever he is. We just log in. We log the toy on to the network,
I know exactly
and
what that is.
yes. So
Hey,
listen.
hey, the love sense joint, Matt. The love sense app. Shit official. You can make your own patterns and everything. I make them joints. Look, I done made joints like an hour long and watch power. Watch goats. And then I had to join just sitting there.
And you can set the pulse rate so it can
Yes,
hmm
pulse in a
yes.
certain frequency, and you just watch them do the little dance while you sitting.
So listen,
Yeah.
I'm the first one up in the morning. So I usually beat him, but if I get a text message, I wake up to a text message that says love sent, that means I'm supposed to wear it for the day. And I'm at work, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and I just get it. Soggy crotches all day long.
Yeah. I mean,
Listen, because we are at a distance a lot more than we are together,
yeah, the
keeping
transition. The transition is
keep
real.
keeping it fresh, keeping it exciting, keeping it keeping the desire down because
Mhm.
what he did speak to was his transition from swinger single life to a relationship where at this point we're not inviting anyone into our relationship. But if we choose
We
to,
get
it'd
some.
be
I'm
a
sorry,
joint.
Soleil. Can we get some more muted? Because she's got an echo.
Mute your phone, babe. So because we're not at a point where we want to invite people into our relationship,
Mhm.
we do what's necessary because we got desires. We got strong sexual desires. I don't, and him coming from a single swinger background, not being held accountable for anything, doing what he wants to do. Now
Mhm.
he makes a choice every day. That is a choice that he makes every day to take care of my heart.
Right.
So if I gotta wear a love sense toy, if I gotta send him pictures, if I gotta do whatever, I'm gonna do whatever. When you love somebody, you love them beyond measure. It's not for
That's for
particular
sure.
things.
Yep.
It's not.
Y'all
It's
mind
not
if I
hmm
take
for.
the floor? Y'all mind
You
if I
gonna make
take
me
the
tell you
floor
put
for
it on in a minute.
Go ahead.
a minute? I want to say something. Sabrina, you good? Cool. All right. So I just want y'all to understand. You see this. This is a couple. They came from different situations. They came together. They created something together. This is black love, which I always appreciate personally. You know what I'm saying? Um, they're building a business together, and most importantly, of anything else. Hold on, Lee. I'm gonna give it to you in a second. Let me, because I know you excited. Lee got a lot of energy, so I know you be having your hands full, Soleil, with this guy. But this is an example of you come from being a bull in a lifestyle, which basically when you're single and you're invited to be around couples, you're able to play around couples. Couples invite you to join their situation. That's pretty much being a bull in a lifestyle, being asked to be added because people respect you in the way that you move. You go from being that kind of person to being a person in a couple, a person in a relationship, and saying, you know what? Let's just make this about us and make it extra fun, extra kinky. Let's also, while we have now acquired X amount of knowledge, teach others so that they can also educate themselves, because it's all about each one teach one. Now, in all of that, the most important thing that you should gather from all of this today is that everything that they're doing, everything that I have ever preached, anything that Sabrina's ever said, it all comes down to being honest. You have to learn yourself before you can take care of anybody else. You have to learn and love yourself first. Everything starts from, you got to be a little selfish. It all starts from here. And from here, it goes outward. Now you have a partner. You always consider them in your movements and your actions. Because now you don't just represent yourself. You represent the person that you're connected to. And the person that you're connected to, don't treat them with any less respect than you would treat yourself. Because they're meant to be the other half to your whole. That can't be a thing. If you can disrespect them, then you don't have respect for yourself. And that's something that you will never, ever be able to elevate yourself or become that which you truly desire, which is to be, everybody wants to be the best version of themselves. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I want to be a loser today. We all wake up and say, we want to win. Now, they've talked about a lot of different things, all the different types and such like that. I'm telling you right now, Soleil, Lee, y'all are more than welcome. Post and promote your BDSM sessions within the group, because there are people who need that. There are couples I know personally who could benefit from that. If it wasn't for my NDAs, I would give a direct reference, but I can't do that. That's just legal shit. I can't like put those two together like that. But they watch stuff, so if they see you, hopefully they reach out, because there are a lot of couples that can benefit from trying some different things. Life is long. Life is short but long at the same time. You can't just lock yourself into one box. What you do is you set your parameters. You accept those parameters between each other. Remember, it's not just about you anymore. It's about us. So it can't just be all about your comfort zone. That person getting with you also stepped out of their comfort zone to be with you. So you have to learn to meet each other in the middle. Make it a good situation and do your best to try to create a happy coupling. You see these two, they goofy as hell. I can see the kind of goofy shit y'all two do to each other. I can't even hear y'all right now. And I know y'all going to say something in a minute because I'm going to shut the fuck up. But I know y'all two probably play pranks and all types of shit. Because I'm like that too.
Listen, Max, we got super soakers. We got super soakers. We have water gun fights, water balloon pranks. We do it all because we love life. We love each other. We love.
Let me say one thing, and then I'm gonna sit back. And Sabrina, any of y'all got anything to say? I'm shutting the fuck up in a minute. There's just one thing I want to say is very important. Before you get into BDSM with anybody that you're involved with, Develop a friendship and a level of communication first. It's like any other relationship. The relationship between a dom and sub is almost deeper than even the deepest relationship itself, because that's a different level of trust
Yeah.
that you have to have. A lot of people claim, oh, I'm a dom. No, the fuck you not, nigga. You just a dude trying to run the show because you want to lord over this chick so you could take advantage of her situation. Ain't nobody got time for that over here. And those of us that have really dug in the mud, crawled through the sand, and understand what it took to be the men that we are, take that as an insult to say that you're gonna just wake up one day and say what the fuck you is, like you ain't never been, and you ain't never even been through shit.
Crazy.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, this is all I'm saying. Then I'm shutting up because I'm talking too much. At the end of the day, love and respect your partner. Spend some time with them. Get comfortable with each other. Learn each other first. Then when you're ready for all of that, then you pick up the phone. You holler at T.A.P. And they gonna teach you that game as to how to elevate your shit to the next level. Because they have a lot of shit they can show you. Trust me, the stuff that they mentioned today is only the tip of the iceberg of shit that they can tell you and teach you about. There's a lot more to get into than that. But
Speaking
anyway,
of,
I'm shutting the fuck up now. Y'all go ahead and say
speaking
whatever y'all
of,
want to say.
some of the other things that we do in T.A.P for our members is financial literacy. I'm a business owner. I run 4 different businesses every day outside of going to work every day and outside of being a resource to the community. I've been a business owner for more than 25 years, and I've helped a lot of people become financially free. So, teaching our members different ways that they can better their situations is something that we love to do as well. When it comes to, I'm not a tax accountant, I'm not a CPA, but if you can respect a person who's done it, and if you can do it, you got the blueprint, you can duplicate it, you can show other people how to do it as well. And people respect that from you. Um, we also offer so many different avenues for entrepreneurship. Most of our members are entrepreneurs outside of their regular jobs. They all have skill sets and getting money a different way because they know that one income does not take care of your your home. Your job, mute your phone, babe. Your job will take care of your immediate bills. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I was 8 years old, my dad, I'm from Jamaica. My dad told me, "Baby girl, you're gonna need 5 things in your life in order to be successful. Do you know what they are?" And I was 8 years old, so I'm just gonna give him the best answer that I could give him at 8 years old. But I didn't think that he was gonna ask me what they were. And when he asked me what they were, I said, "Cupcakes, baby dolls." He started laughing. He said, "You're going to need a job because that's going to take care of your immediate needs. You're going to need a trade because once you learn it, they can never take it away from you. You're going to need a passion because that's something that you love to do and you will always be happy doing it. Job, trade, passion, hustle because you like stuff." He said, "I don't expect you to get it, but when you get it," I'm missing one. You're going to need a job. You're going to need a trade. You're going to need a passion. It was 4 things, not 5 things. Sorry. And you're going to need a hustle because you like stuff. He said, "I don't expect you to get it now, but when you get it, and I'm alive, I want you to call me and tell me that you got it." And when I was 26 years old, I got it. And I called my father. I said, "Daddy." He said, "Yes, baby girl." I said, "I got it." He said, "I knew you would. Now go and get it." And I've been going and getting it ever since. So the same thing that I'm able to do, I can duplicate that into other people and show them a better way. I take pride in helping people. That's just been my life. I spent the past 25 years of my life helping people. So this right here is just a way for me to continue to grow in what I'm doing it with the person that I love, and having the best fucking freakiest shit ever happen to me in my life.
All I want to say, all I want to say is thank you, Max. Thank you, Sabrina.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
I appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you.
We do it for the culture, baby.
Thank you guys so very much for sharing with us. I know it's late. I have to get up in the morning. I mean, we really appreciate you guys. Thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Max, for shutting up for a little while, but I still love you.
Listen, Max gave some good stuff. I mean, I had a really good time.
All right, man. Look, I enjoyed it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all again.
Yo,
Thank you, see you guys.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching. I also want to thank you guys for coming in. Like I said, y'all welcome to keep promoting your stuff and just keep that black love strong. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You already.
That's all I ask.
So listen, you can hit me up on Facebook, Soul Envy. Talifa Oyo is another one. Information can be sent to info. Okay.
Post it
Okay,
everywhere.
I'll post
Just
it.
post it. Because people ain't gonna be able to spell that shit. You know motherfuckers is weird.
Can't even say
it. We will forget.
All right, I'll post it. Good
Yeah.
night, you guys.
We're gonna post that shit.
Good night, everybody.
All right, have a good night, y'all.
Bye.
All right.